you come out of it, it should be scalable. Tomorrow, if somebody likes your presentation or if they like your solution, if they are ready to invest in your solution, you should be able to technologically scale it. Not financially, finances will be given, but technologically you should be able to scale it to serve the entire world. So that is feasibility. How is it feasible to scale it to the people across the globe? Feasibility and validity. You should have, the more numbers you add, the better it is. Statistics. With this solution, the numbers can change, improvise so much. The same example, you can choose this. Slide number 7. Conclusion, conclude it very positively. Do not talk about hint, even give a hint about any challenges because they have not asked about it. Unless you're asked for the challenges that you're facing in the solution, don't mention them. Give a positive impact, how this can change the world, this solution. You have to say, your conclusion should be inclusive of these elements. One is, your solution is the best and it is scalable and it can impact the globe. Your concluding lines should revolve around these things, these three elements. Your solution is the best, it is technologically feasible, and it should impact the world. That conclusion. And future development. As I said, 48 hours are not enough for you to build on this. So future development, if you indicate, it has a very good scope for you to be selected for the next round or to be selected for further things. Say, I could do only so much or we could do only so much in this time and we have future developments for this. You can show it. You can visually show it or you can show it through text or both. So these are the 7 slides and conclude it with a gratitude, that is gratitude note. All these elements should come in one slide. Yeah. Next. So there's one more way to present, that is 30-second pitch. proposition. How is it different? So you have to show these things here. Yeah. So this is a bit of on technical side where you can fill it with lot of block diagrams, technologies used, your approach, the flow of the solution, the complete ecosystem of your solution, all that can be showed in this slide. Application, functionality and technology. It could be, I repeat, it could be web application, mobile application for people who can code, and for those who cannot code, it can be a blueprint of your solution. How you can represent with block diagrams. Technologies used. Since it's a technical thing, more weightage will be given on this slide. USP, how uniquely you are solving and what includes in your project that makes your project stand out. So this slide will be very important. Next. Influence and impact. Again, you have to highlight it. You should say what, it need not be 30% improvement in something, 40% improvement in something. It could be very minute, but a huge impact. I would like to give you an example, 100-meter race, you all have known or participated in that, right? 100 meters race. You know about it, right? It was in the history. I don't remember the exact dates, names. The difference, it started on the mud track, muddy track, not very synthetic, what we have, mats like these days to run. They were mud tracks, where the timing duration was around 8.8 seconds or milliseconds, or I'm sorry, I haven't registered about it. It was somewhere in the range of 8.8. Today, it has just changed to 7.2 or 7.8. You can see there is no much difference in the matrix. But in between that, sports industry have developed. Physiotherapists have got business. Nutritionists have got businesses. Can you imagine? Are you understanding what I'm saying? So it looks like there is a small difference, just 1% improvement. But with that, the impact is, it has given rise to so many businesses. It could be an impact. So when you want to show some statistics here, you need not show using our solution, we will improve 40%. You can say it will improve by 1%, but the collateral advantages that come through this are indefinite. If you show this, it will captivate the evaluator's mind. Getting it? How many of you got what I said? Okay, I am making note of who did not understand. I will ensure I'll meet you personally and tell you this. Yeah. So that's the impact. Show the impact, global impact, because sun, moon and all these are global things, natural things, which are available, accessible to all the human beings, irrespective of geographic boundaries. So you have to show the impact and the collateral advantages that your solution will provide. Yeah. So to do all of these, you might need ChatGPT or Gemini, because English is none of our native language. Someone is better than the other, but nobody is perfect. Let me tell you. English is none of our native language. So feel free to use ChatGPT or Gemini to give. In fact, ChatGPT also throws some errors, because I pull out some information from ChatGPT, grammarly suggests that this is wrong. This is wrong. So there is no end to good English. However, you can use ChatGPT and Gemini AI, these tools, to make them shorter, impactful. The lines. Do not clutter or make your slides look like a book. There are two types of presentations. One, like these, where I am there to explain. I stand here before you. When I'm playing these, I explain. I have very less information on the slides. It's just pointers. You're not supposed to do this level of presentation, because you're not presenting physically. Your slides will be talking about your work, so you have the liberty to put 1 or 2 lines extra than what these slides are showing. But at the same time, do not flood it with too much of information. Okay, 2 or 3 lines for a point should be good enough, not more than 3 lines. Please avoid. Shorten it using ChatGPT or Gemini and use them. Yeah. The next slide. Validity and feasibility. These look like fancy English words, but these are very important. Meaning, it shows the seriousness, the objectivity, or the logical sense in which you are approaching the solution. It really talks about that. Do not use fancy English words to make this slide attractive. It will not mean anything. It should only talk about the impact of your work, validity. How do you say that this solution is a right solution? You have to stand by it. You should say, I'm using so and so, we are using this approach, so this will be a validation for our solution to this problem. And feasibility is it doable or is it scalable? You design something, it should impact entire world, meaning it should scale up. You design a product, you cannot say it is only useful for people in Belgavi. Feasibility meaning how you can scale it up. You cannot say, I have designed this product, but if I have to scale up, the money that I need is too much and the business model I want is too much, so I'll not do it. No. Here you're not talking about investment money or anything. Whatever idea you come out of it, it should be scalable. Tomorrow, if somebody likes your presentation or if they like your solution, if they are ready to invest in your solution, you should be able to technologically scale it. Not financially. Finances will be given, but technologically you should be able to scale it to serve the entire world. So that is feasibility. How is it feasible to scale it to the people across the globe? Feasibility and validity. You should have the more numbers you add, the better it is. Statistics. With this solution, the numbers can change, improvise so much. The same example. You can choose this. Slide number 7. Conclusion. Conclude it very positively. Do not talk about even give a hint about any challenges because they have not asked about it. Unless you're asked for the challenges that you're facing in the solution, don't mention them. Give a positive impact, how this can change the world, this solution. You have to say, your conclusion should be inclusive of these elements. One is, your solution is the best, and it is scalable, and it can impact the globe. Your concluding lines should revolve around these things, these 3 elements. Your solution is the best, it is technologically feasible, and it should impact the world. That conclusion. And future development. As I said, 48 hours are not enough for you to build on this. So future development, if you indicate, it has a very good scope for you to be selected for the next round or to be selected for further things. Say, I could do only so much, or we could do only so much in this time, and we have future developments for this. You can show it. You can visually show it, or you can show it through text, or both. Yeah. So these are the 7 slides, and conclude it with a gratitude, that is gratitude note. All these elements should come in one slide. Yeah. Next. So there's one more way to present, that is 30-second pitch. This is the most difficult part, I can say. 30 seconds video pitch. I'll tell you how to divide in case you're choosing this. Next slide, please. Start with a hook, problem statement. This starts differently from that of slides. It has to start with a hook. Ask a question. How many kgs could you lose by going to gym in last 2 months? How sincere were you while working out? A question which makes the audience or the evaluators think, okay? Or it should start with a captivating statement. You should give some facts, figures, a captivating plain statement. And then, or it can start with humor, humorous fact, some sense of humor. Okay, you can choose any one, not all the three, or it could be blend of them if possible, which is very difficult. So you can start with these. First 5 seconds should start like this. The next, proposed solution should be spoken about for next 5 seconds. Connect to the problem. You should not say, talk about a problem, and when you come to propose solution, it should not be talking something else. It should be connected, it should be flowing. So connect to the problem, highlight benefits, quantify the impact. Quantifying the impact is really important. That is where the evaluators get hooked to your video. What are you going to do with this project? Why should we send you ahead? Okay, 5 seconds, propose solution. Next. Another 5 seconds, you can introduce your team members. It's always recommended to use the word we, not I. When we are shooting a video, it naturally comes to us like, I want to say, I want to do. But when you are representing your team, you should say we. Strictly stick to the words we. Even if a judge, tomorrow there will be evaluations and jury members asking, how did you do that? How do you think this will work? If the jury members ask, how did you do that? You should still stand and say, we did this like this because we believed. That shows a team strength. Doesn't matter what the other person is referring or asking. In your mind, integrity should be there. We did this. That takes you a long way. Because any bigger projects, anything that is required to scale up needs a team. You cannot do it alone. That mindset will make the evaluators think that you are thinking big. The moment you say we, you are thinking big. All right? So highlight their strength, how each one is good, or you can make it creatively, highlighting their strength. Okay, you can, these are just pointers, suggestions. You may or you may not want to add them. Yeah. And you need not mention grade, school, all of these. Those are too much of details for somebody to remember. Name, team strength, and how creative your team is. How should this project and this work be trusted? Yeah. Next. 10 seconds, you can talk about the core principle and the tech stack. It is a bit time consuming. It is not as easy as all other things. You can use 10 seconds for explaining the methodology and how the solution is feasible. Tech stack, meaning technologically, what are the things you have used? In first level, we have used these tools. In second level, we are using these tools. And this is how all these tools are connected. You can all talk about this. Yeah. The next. So this is very important. Opening lines and closing lines in 30 seconds are highly impactful. It should end with a call to action. So example, I invite you all to join this mission where we are going to change how agricultural practices are done. I invite you all to see how the solar energy is harnessed. I'm just giving you some random ways. I'm not thinking much here when I'm talking, but you have to give a call to action. Join hands, be with us, support us, be here. Something like that. Call to action, appeal or gratitude combined. They should not be 2 points. It should be inclusive of all these statements. We strongly believe that this solution is going to take us there. We invite you to join hands with us. Does that look good? Yeah. So this is how a 30 seconds pitch should be done. And the last important thing. Next slide, please. Script it. You have to write it down. You cannot say, I'm a spontaneous speaker, I can talk very well. No, I have done this mistake myself. Many times I used to think I'm a good speaker, I'll go there, I'll do it. But when time is a limitation, we cannot take risk. 30 seconds, 30 seconds, I have to practice this. This line has to end at this time only. Write it, script it very neatly, keep chanting it, reading it multiple times. Even after the event is over, if somebody just taps at you, you should just be able to read it all because you're so much used to it. At least 50 times you have to practice what lines you will say. Okay, this is only for video presentation. And in entire presentation, do not use any YouTube videos or videos made by others. That will not give any impact. If you have done some application, you want to show it, you want to show your work, the video of such things will add an impact. Not otherwise. It will be like forwarding some video on WhatsApp to your people just to know that you are seeing all such nice things. So don't waste evaluators' time in that. Okay, script it and practice 50 times. So this is a short presentation that I wanted to give on how to present. Let us summarize. What did each one pick? I quickly want you to stand and say what you coming to this idea. I learned session. This. 1 point. Yeah. Yes, please. Yeah. To summarize. Yes. Yeah. He has something to say.
So a presentation must be impactful, but at the same time it should be crisp and short, so that the judges, whoever are judging us, they buy into it and they actually find interest in our idea. Although it needs to be kept crisp and short at the same time. Whereas for the video, it must be done very fast, but at the same time it must include whatever we have to present it, and it must be done very effectively by the means